The woman notices bizarre things while meditating. It was as if she felt countless palms approaching and were tearing her whole body. The woman felt a sudden discomfort. She looked down but realized it was ants, not any palms at all. Originally it was no big deal, but when the woman looked aside, a swarm of ants were crawling on the floor. Following their trajectory, the woman moved forward. The ants were all crawling towards the burrow in the wall. Kelly could hardly understand, came outside to check, but it was pitch black and she couldn't see. Without realizing it, her scalp began to tingle. Kylie didn't realize what was happening. The next few days were filled with strange occurrences while working on her habitual scratching. Even at night with her boyfriend getting ready to fall asleep, after they just talked for a few minutes, she would scratch her head with the palm of her hand. Gradually this became worse. Even Kelly scratched her scalp with a standing board. It was as if she was possessed, until the day she came to the warehouse to get something. And finally, she realized the danger. She was just rummaging through some old stuff, but behind her came the eerie sound of footsteps. When she came out, all the lights were turned on, and the footsteps turned into the sound of a woman crying. Could it be that someone was in some kind of danger? Kelly rushed forward to check. She walked in and realized it was the sound from the warehouse on the right. Kylie just asked and looked down and realized there was no girl crying in the warehouse. There were only ants crawling all over the room. Kylie could not understand the source of the ants. A black figure suddenly appeared in the mirror and hugged her. Luckily, it was only the janitor of the warehouse, but after this incident, Kylie became cautious. She rushed home to find the hole and sealed the hole with plaster. It's just a shame the itchy scalp nuisance was not relieved. Late at night, an ant crawled into Kelly's nostril. As she slept, she felt a sudden sensation. It felt like she was suffocating, and she threw up thousands of ants. Kylie's limbs seemed to be controlled by the ant, but after the sun came up, it all seemed like a dream. But the strange occurrences were too frequent. Kylie could only check the internet for clues, but no answers were forthcoming. A few days later, while she was doing crafts, a photo album suddenly fell from the cabinet. It seemed to be her parents' album, but her mother had died when she was very young. Kelly tried to remember her mother, but it turned out to be an unexpected discovery. Her mother's arm had a large number of red spots. Kylie hurriedly took out a magnifying glass to check. Sure enough, it was covered in scratches. Could this have happened to her mother?